Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am with another question that is about the adjustment of capital. Here I am with a new point of adjustment to be done in the long question. What we are here with, we are having A and B, two partners, but their profit sharing ratio is not given to us. Right? So in this case he says that Chintan was admitted as a partner for 1/4 share in the firm, and at his admission following adjustments are given to us. Now how to carry on with the question? First of all, we have to prepare the revaluation account. As I told you, it is a type of nominal account. The debit side is for losses and expenses and credit side is for income and gains. Then we will prepare the capital accounts of the parties. Here we have three partners A, B, C. C is here Chintan and here A, B and Chintan. Right? Then we have to prepare the balance sheet. Now you know very well that your capital accounts are personal accounts. Whatever they are introducing into the business, that is to be credited, and whatever they are withdrawing from the business is to be debited. Then balance sheet we have liability side on our left and then asset side on our right. So this is, we framed our accounts and balance sheet. Now we are going to start with the question. First of all, he says bad debts to be written off rupees 2,900. Now in the balance sheet, you know very well that bad debts are on debtors, right? Debtors are given to me in the old balance sheet with the value of rupees 44,000. And he says that now there is a bad debt of rupees 2,900. So bad debt actually occurred for 2,900, for which provision was made for 2,000. It's like, suppose that you have to go on a trip, school trip, and you are assuming it to be that last year for the school trip they took from you is rupees 2,000. You kept aside 2,000, but actually this time they asked from you for that school trip is rupees 2,900. Now what happened? 2,000 rupees was already set aside that you can make use of, and rest rupees 900 which you have to take from your parents. Here it goes in the revaluation account with rupees 900. From where we are taking this loss, because this is a loss over to the firm with rupees 900. They thought it to be rupees 2,000, but actually it became 2,900. So how much was excess loss? 900, that we took from the revaluation account. And how much is to be deducted from debtors? Right? You took from your parents is 900, but you are paying to your school is 2,000 which you saved and 900 which you took from your parents, and total 2,900 you gave to the school for the trip. So here bad debts would be deducted from the debtors for the valuation of rupees total 2,900. So this we did two adjustments for one particular point. Here 2,900 was bad debts, already given was 2,000. So already given provision 2,000 plus 900 more, total 2,900 we deducted from debtors, and 900 excess were taken to which account? That is your revaluation account. Stock was taken over by B at rupees 35,000. In the balance sheet, stock was laying with 30,000. Now he is saying who took over the stock? That is B. So as per the accounting rules, debit the receiver. Who is the receiver here? That is B. Who is the receiver? That is B. He is taking what from the business? That is the stock. Now, B is taking 30,000 rupees stock at what valuation? 35,000. So the difference of 5,000 is the gain to the firm. So should be taken to which account? That is revaluation account. So when I have told you, whenever something is withdrawn from the business by the partner, would be shown on which side? That is on the debit side. So here B is taking stock from the business 30,000 at a valuation of 5,000 more. So that was the gain to the firm, and the gains are to be credited. Now gain is going from which account? That is B's capital account. They have to charge it from B for rupees 5,000. But in the balance sheet, now no stock is left because stock was taken over by B. So this is the point. I have told you the journal also and its placement also. The next is goodwill of the firm. Firm's goodwill was 40,000. Chintan brought his share of goodwill in cash. What was his share of goodwill? That was 1 by 4. So 40,000 1 by 4. How much goodwill he has to bring into the business? That is 10,000 rupees. I have told you that premium for goodwill point we will do in the bank. Now bank balance in the firm was 20,000. Bank balance increased with 10,000 premium for goodwill brought in by Chintan. Now this premium for goodwill is to be distributed among sacrificing partners in their sacrificing ratio. So here by premium for goodwill account, to whom it will go? To A and B, because C is bringing premium for goodwill which we added to bank and would be given to whom? Sacrificing partners in their sacrificing ratio. As here no new ratio is given, no sacrificing ratio is given, so their old ratio which was 1:1 will become their sacrificing ratio. So this 10,000 rupees would be going to A and B in which ratio 1:1, 5,000 and 5,000. We are done with these adjustments. Last proportionate capital is to be calculated. This point is to be done after each and everything from your balance sheet has been carried to the given answer. So first of all, in the liability side I have creditors. In the adjustment no point is given, so the creditors goes to the balance sheet liability side as it is no change. Then EPF. EPF, Employees Provident Fund. Employees have saved their money that when they retire from the business, they will get that money in lump sum. So it has been saved by employees, named as Provident Fund, payable to employees, so will not be distributed among partners. It will be a liability to the firm as no adjustment was given, so it will be carried to the new balance sheet as it is. Now the next point is Workmen Compensation Reserve. This Workmen Compensation Reserve is different from EPF. How? EPF is the amount deducted from salaries of employees, because this is the amount deducted from salaries of employees. It belongs to the employees, so it remains a liability. But Workmen Compensation Reserve is actually the sacrifice of the partners. I have uploaded a full video on Workmen Compensation Reserve creation, how it is created. So in that I have told you that this compensation reserve is actually out of the profits that that belongs to the partners. Now, if there is no claim for the compensation, that it belongs only to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So, old partners, old profit sharing ratio, this 30,000 will go equally to A and B. Now, sometimes students got confused that which side of capital account it is to be taken. See, the capital balances are given. You know very well that capital balances we carry to the credit side. So on the same side in the balance sheet was the workman compensation reserve. So it will also go to the same side, that is the credit side. Right? And in other words, workman compensation reserve they have to receive from the firm. So that's why it is added here. Now the next point is on asset side, bank I have already done. Stock is also done. Debtors is also done. But the plant and machinery point, there was nothing relating to adjustment on plant and machinery. So we put plant and machinery on the asset side as it is without any adjustment. Now, the two leftover points are goodwill and P&L account. As I have told you, free reserve belongs to the partners. So, old partners. So, whatever are the losses given in the balance sheet, that also belongs to the old partner in their old profit sharing ratio. So, goodwill and profit and loss account would also come here. That is goodwill account and profit and loss account. That is with 20,000 given as 10,000 and 10,000 ratio. Old partners equal. There was profit and loss account with 10,000 given equally to the partners 5,000 and 5,000 each. So here we are done with the balance sheet. Before moving on to this point again, just keep in mind whatever reserves you have to distribute or whatever losses you have to write off will go to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. If revaluation profit losses there, like here it is with profit of rupees 4,100, that would also go to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So old partners will be taking it 2050 here and 2050. That is to A and B equally it will be distributed, no ratio given. Only the premium for goodwill is to go into which ratio? Sacrificing ratio. So here we are done with the capital accounts. Now in the question he is asking me for a capital adjustment regarding calculation of proportionate capital. Now how to calculate the proportionate capital? I have already told you that to calculate proportionate capital you will take the CDs of A and B's capital account. So making a total over here, it gives you 122050 and making a total over here 20. So it is 82050. Deducting from there 15,000, I get 15,000, that is, suppose 20, that is 132. So it is 117050. Balance carried on in A's capital is 117050, and on another side we have to deduct 50,000. So that gives you 32050. Right? We have calculated. Now there is a point relation to that new partner's capital is to be calculated for proportionate share. But an additional point is also given that old partners' capital are also to be adjusted on the basis of the new. Here two adjustments are given in one question. First of all, we will go for proportionate capital because here what is A's capital? We are taking balance carry down of A's capital. plus B's capital. So it gives me 117050 plus 32050, right? So the total here is 149100. I have told you when we have to calculate the proportionate capital share, if it is 1 by 4, if it is 1 by 4, we will take 1 by 3 because denominator will be given a deduction for numerator. So from this way, it's very easy to get, that is the share of Chintan. 49,700 rupees is the share of Chintan which we calculated from here. Now, so that means how much amount Chintan has to bring in for capital 49,700. At the same moment I added it here and the balance carry down of Chintan is 49,700. Putting the capital accounts balances over here, I would have finished my question if this point was not given. Now this point is further elaborated that other partner capitals are also to be adjusted on the basis of Chintan's share. So now in this case we have two methods to go through. Firstly I am taking first method. How it is to be done? You have calculated 4/1/4 share of Chintan. Chintan is bringing 49,700 capital. So for one share of firm, what would be the capital of firm? That would be 49,700 into 4 by 1. So we got the capital of the firm from here is 198800. Okay. So it is the value 1,98,800 value from here. Now this is the total capital of firm which is to go into the new profit sharing ratio. So I have to take one space from here. New profit sharing ratio for the calculation. What is given to us is, here I am writing the working note. For the new profit sharing ratio, it is given that new partner is entering for 1/4 share. What would be the remaining share? You know very well that at the home, if you have brought something to eat and some guest arrives, then out of the total share, firm's total share is 1, we have to offer firstly to the guest. Here guest is Chintan, he is given 1/4. What is left? 3/4. Now 3/4 is to be distributable among A and B in the ratio 1:1. So A would get how much? 3/4 into 1/2. Why 1/2? 1 plus 1. Half is to go to A, half is to go to B. So what is the new share over here? That is 3/8. 3/8. New partner Chintan entered for 1/4 share, making it 8 multiplied by 2. You will get 3, 3 and 2. So this is your new profit sharing ratio. So as per this, the capital of the given partners should be 74,550 each, and the last partner's capital we have already calculated, that is 49700. So what's the point now? The balances which I have written over here, they should not be the balance. The balance should be now how much? The balance should be 74,550 and 74,550. So after writing off the new balances, when I have to calculate the difference in the account, here I get a balancing figure, that is that I should write it over here. In the question it is silent. What is to be done with the difference? Question nothing is mentioned. So the difference would be, if it is on the debit side of your account, if it is on the debit side of your account, it would be withdrawn by the partner. If it is on the credit side of the account, it should be added to the bank account. So looking out for the difference over here, how much difference we get is that is 42,500 rupees here. A has to withdraw, and in B's capital we found a difference of 42,500 here. So it would become 124,550. This difference would change. So what has happened over here is, because their CDs are changed as per the proportionate method with readjustment, so the old partners' capital balances are now 74,550 each for A and B, and for C it is 49,700, and the total firm's capital would be 198,800, right? So after that, when we are taking bank balance here, the bank carried by the B should be deducted and brought in by A should be added. Here B is bringing and A is withdrawing, right? B is bringing and A is withdrawing. So A's amount is less and B's amount is added to the bank balance. So here we got a balance of 79700. So making a total of the balance sheet here, it gives us the total of 2,40,800 on each side. You can make a calculation and see if it tallies or not. So here we are done with the question. So that is how the two adjustments of capital are to be done in the given question. And the most of the time when you find in your final question paper, the most of the admission questions are for single adjustment. This is exceptionally hot question which is rarely there in the exams, but I have told you how to attempt this particular part when different situations are given. Along with the one more important point, premium for goodwill is always distributed in the sacrificing ratio, and rest whatever reserves and losses in the balance sheet are there, they will go among all partners in their all profit sharing ratio. This is for the day. Thanks Accountancy. Like, share and subscribe. Keep scoring.